Texas public schools, how they are funded, and what students are taught have all become lightning rod issues lately. Empower Texans and the Attorney General say that superintendents are going too far, specifically in promoting voting. But Sunnyvale ISD Superintendent Doug Williams is among those who say they will not be intimidated when urging teachers and students to go out to the polls. Good to see you, Doug.
Good morning, Jason.
This all started sometime back by a group called Texas Educators Vote, which encouraged school boards to pass a resolution to promote a culture of voting.
Right.
You guys didn't pass that in Sunnyvale.
Yeah,
right?
we opted not to address that way. I know a number of school districts across the state did. We just felt like that it wasn't in our best interest to pass that resolution, but we opted to do some things primarily focused on voter education and then also just emphasizing the need to get out to vote.
Some on the right, Empower Texans, the Attorney General, Senator Betancourt down in Houston as well, they worry this could create an illegal use of school resources.
You have to be cognizant of the fact that school resources are with public taxpayer funds, right, and we're aware of that. I believe there are certain lines that it's very definitive as to what you should and should not do.
What are those?
You know, I believe using district resources, district times, things of that nature. And so you have to be very cognizant of that, aware. However, going out and talking to people, encouraging them to become informed citizens and voting really is the key. You know, in the last primary, in the 2014 primary, right, that was the statewide, only 10% of registered voters voted in the Republican primary, and only 4% of registered voters voted in the Democrat primary. That's got to change. We have issues that are very pressing right now across our state, whether it is funding, whether it's security, a number of those different things.
I want to ask you about that because, too, it's no secret that many educators and many parents as well are upset with state lawmakers and school finance that the state is spending much less on education. Couldn't this be seen, though, as a subtle response to that?
Oh, I think it is a response to that. I think there was a lot of frustration that came out of the last regular session and the last special session when there were some excellent plans on the table to more adequately fund school districts across the state, and they were opted not to, and it really, yeah, and it didn't pass, and it really was met with a lot of gridlock. You know, Jason, currently 62% of education funding comes from local source, and 38% comes from the state. And there's a lot of rhetoric right now talking about how to lower property tax. I think the key to lowering property tax is more adequately fund public ed.
Lastly, real briefly here too, tell us what you guys have planned next.
So more than anything, it's just communication to go vote. You know,
telling students, faculty, staff, community.
That's right.
Okay.
Everyone, go vote. And the other thing is become informed. Be informed voters. You know, you often look at political ads or you look at mailers and those mail-outs, and really it doesn't tell the full story. We want them to become informed and then make their decision accordingly.
All right. Doug Williams from Sunnyvale ISD, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Jason.
Appreciate it.